Well, none of them can hide from the truth, yeah. Children have to go back to the roots, yeah. None of them can hide from the truth, yeah. Children have to go back to the roots. I'm telling you now, the truth, the truth. Telling you, yeah, the truth, the truth. You have to go back to the roots, the roots. Go to the roots, to the roots. Yeah, man, you know, this is Benjamin out of the Smiling Coast, West Africa, Gambia, representing for the one and only Abu, the big man you don't know, the Soninke warrior, the man that brings the truth, Soninke warrior, the sign of enlightenment, the Soninke warrior, the righteous and the true African. Abu, reveal the truth to them, you know, no matter how them try run from it, because none of them can hide from the truth, yeah. Yes, we have to dig back the roots, yeah. Fire!
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Afridamus Report. Today, we're going to be breaking down other videos here. And these videos are fairly recent videos. But before I get into all this, I want to remind all of you that are watching today, especially Africans, to pay attention to how Africans are truly viewed as a group by some white people that feel superior, and they passed that teaching onto blacks that were born and raised in the diaspora. Because even your average African, first generation African that leaves Africa, move to the Western world, they have their children there. Even these kids, when they grow up, some of them, majority, they are very ashamed of their African culture. They do whatever it takes to dissociate themselves from that culture. Because in America or in England, wherever, most African cultural practices in general are criminalized. I don't know if people know this, because if you pay attention to it, for instance, in Africa, most African cultures, polygamy is acceptable. In the United States, polygamy is a crime. People go to prison for that. When I first came to America, I couldn't believe that when I heard it. And even if you mention polygamy to a Western woman, it's like you've mentioned abomination. But those same individuals would look at you and promote homosexuality to you as if it's normal. But in our society, that's an abomination. But they say, if you think that you are a savage, they say, back in the 90s, towards the early 2000s, the campaign and the war was against FGM. What is FGM? Female genital mutilation. And, this is practice in 29 different countries around the world today. And these countries, I can assure you, they are not all in Africa. These are ancient practices that, people practice it as normal. But they said, in the West, they said that is inhumane. They are against that. You shouldn't promote that. They criminalize it. They started campaigns on it. Showed up in African countries, giving donations because they want to save the Africans, right, from themselves. But now, you fast forward to today. That same FGM now is being practiced, but the opposite way on boys. They're castrating boys. They're mutilating them, turning them into girls. That's worst, right? But you are an African. You don't have any say about any of that. You are an inferior being. You are a savage. You don't know better. Everyone should speak about you. What do you know? You're just poor, dark, ugly, pot belly. You don't deserve any type of success. That's the sentiment, and that's how people act. And you see, they said, oh, we want to unite with Africans. Because the white people that exploit Africa, they use a technique. And this technique is to pretend that they are helping Africans. You see this on TV. They impose their will on Africans. They tell Africans what to do, what not to do. They try to. And when you move to their country, they would put you in jail if you dare practice your culture. And now that brings us to why we are here. The unapologetic Negropean made a video about Wode Maya. So he used lots of projections because he said a lot of things and attributed it to say other people are saying this. But what he didn't know is he's just manifesting the mindset of the diasporan black person. Because people, let's not forget, if you look at most diasporan in the West, suddenly in America, England too, I have friends that live in England. So, if you look at in America, the way they speak of Africans. That's why when people come into chat rooms, they don't want to talk to Africans. You look in my comment section, some people would say, oh, you're being hateful. You're spewing hate. But you cannot tell me one lie I've told. So when you say uniting, what are you uniting on? You have to unite on truth. But you look at, they like to tell you about history. Every diasporan from American, British, Jamaican, you name it, all of them tell Africans about themselves. Even there is, here in the States, Jamaicans, I remember, even here. The Jamaicans don't say they're Africans. They've never said that. But they would make fun of Africans. In fact, oh, African! They would laugh. But the black Americans also make fun of the Jamaicans. Because they've created a fantasy. You have to look at it. The Western world, they live in a fantasy world. But now they're coming back. They're saying, we are Africans. But did you forget that? Most of you didn't have contact with Africa for the past 500 years. You said you've been robbed of your culture, your language, your mores, your ways, your means, your religion. Great. Okay, we agree. But now, you notice, they are coming, but they are telling you, the African, we are coming to Africa. They like the idea of, I want to be African, but it's without the African individual, the African person. Because if you have been robbed of your Africanness, how can you come back and tell Africans who are intact that, no, we're going to tell you, we're going to give you our terms of what African is. And that's what the unapologetic Negropean is doing. Let's see, I've heard Africans say some disgusting, stupid. I bet I'm not saying Africans are immune to this. You have to remember, when I say African, it's still the same African across the board. But the environment and the system that people are raised in that's what makes the difference. In the Western world, majority of the people that are coming to the internet, they are raised in a Christian, Western white culture. That's what they were raised in. So therefore, that culture has lots of things about shaming one, about nudity, sex, and things along those lines. And those are the same things in our cultures too, where we come from. But now, even if you look at it, those of us that watched that documentary that Wode Maya did of the Himba people, the Himbas have their own culture. They have their own way of thinking. They are not with us, the modern people. They are self-reliant, and they walk around naked. They don't care about what you think, whether you approve of it or not. But you see, the unapologetic Negropean takes this video and use some projection of because he knows now he's going to trigger the mindset of the people that were raised like him, people with the Eurocentric point of view, because they are going to use their shaming tactics, to say they are ashamed of the Himbas culture. So therefore, Wode Maya presenting the Himbas actual culture, that is exploitation of, poor, destitute Africans. Oh, he's saying, we want to save the Himba people because, wink, wink, if the Muzungus, who's the Muzungus? They are now calling white people, that's what they call white people in East Africa. But they've stolen the term now, and they've made it annoying. People don't even want to hear it anymore because there's a hate attached to it. So you want to tell me that white people they don't know that the Himbas exist until Wode Maya put out this video? There are tons and tons of videos out there about the Himbas. The Germans colonized Namibia. For years, they didn't change the Himbas. They didn't do, whatever harm you think should be, somebody today can just fly from the West, can do to them. They couldn't even do that, right? And he speaks as if the Himbas, these are just, because he's implying they're just helpless people wandering around. They are not under the protection of a country. They are Namibian citizens. But this tells you the mindset of how they see Africa. They think you can just wander in. Their mindset is so dense. It makes them blind that the Himbas are part of a country, which is Namibia. So we all know that white people already know about the Himbas. But now, he started taking Wode Maya's words and started changing them. He said, the video was all about sex. Because it's like, they see nudity, they equal that to sex. They equal it to sex. But I'm going to roll the video, Wode Maya's video first, and I'll analyze it. And then we'll go to the unapologetic Negropeans, words. Look, it's one thing for me when he came, shed light on the activities of Blacksit in the Gambia. That's good. we discussed, things coming out and people became aware, that's fine. But even with Blackset, if he was going to start attacking her physique, her, like the individual herself, that, that's something that I would never, partake in. We have to base things in facts. Africans, you must know, they teach this in Western countries. The image of Africa that they show on TV is we are dumb, helpless people. That's what they show. In schools, in American schools that I've attended, I've taken psychology classes. You should see how we Africans are looked at. I had to write pages and pages to deviate from their teaching, to write against what they're trying to project. So this is why when I talk to people, they tell you, oh, I read this book. Oh, so you're a pseudo-intellectual. So because you read this in a book, all of a sudden that is true. But now, this is where the disconnect comes to. Because the idea of African and what an African actually is. So these tactics to try to use this, Western colonized mindset to try to shame Africans, it's not going to work. I don't only do this here on the internet. I've been doing this in real life and I continue to do it. Because the cultures where we come from in Africa, we don't care about imposing our will on anyone. We are not trying to spread our way of thinking on people. But if you notice, everyone is trying to impose their way of thinking on us. Not only the white people that they keep pointing fingers to. They are the ones trying to impose. Now they are transporting that 1800 white supremacist thinking of Africa. They are bringing that onto Africans. And when I played the video, you will see for yourself. I'm not talking about the people who base things on, oh, I like such and such, so therefore I cannot see the truth. No. We're here, we have to speak of facts. What is real and what is not real. So, here, before we start the actual program, the Pan-Africanist choir have to bless you with the music. So, I'll play the Pan-Africanist church music, then we'll get to the analysis. Okay. So now, I'm going to bring in Wode Maya's video first, and for you to see for yourself if, he is here to spread wild stories about the Himbas, or does the Himba people have the right to live their life the way they want to? Let's find out. Oh, sorry, that's the...
Hello, guys. Hello. Thank you for coming. I have changed the time of the live, so I'm not.
What we read was, when you come in here, if you come to the Himba village, like as he just explained, a man can give the wife to a friend, my brother, okay, yo, take care of him, sexually. Is that true?
Yes.
So, that's the Himba people. This is part of their culture, right? According to this guy. It's not Wode Maya making it up. So, for instance, let's just keep it real. If what you just heard in our way of doing things, whether, like in the Christian or Muslim way, which is what majority of people, are raised in, whether they turn their back on it or whatever, that's another thing. But you know what I'm talking about, even in Western culture. Unless there are people who are into, the wife swapping thing. But that's a pretty weird thing, to hear. When you hear that, it catches your attention. But if you're a regular person, it's not catching your attention in a perverted way. You see? Not in a perverted way. It's strange. Like, what? Somebody visiting me and, my wife got to spend the night with her for the night. That's going to blow, a lot of people's mind. But let's hear more.
Yes.
He's got some Himba moves.
That's a woman's hand, man. A wise man once said, the illiterate of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read and write, but those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn.
He's absolutely right. Those are some wise words.
I just want to know, what do you guys think of the Himba people?
On my end,
You guys heard. He's not making up his own stories. He's asking people who are from that country what they think of the Himba people. Let's hear what they think of the Himba people.
I think I don't know much about the Himba people except what I was told, because there's this stigma around them that they are feared, like because of the witchcraft or whatever voodoo they take part in. So you never really get a chance to interact with them. It was always like, as kids, if you see them in the street and they ask for anything of yours, don't fight them, just give it, or else when you go home your family member is dead or stuff like that. So we just fear them like that. It's just...
Let me understand. Who made you believe that the Himbas got witchcraft and all of that?
Our parents. It's stories most that you hear. Like, it's stories you hear. So, I mean, if you're...
So, you see, people teach their kids stories, and these stories they passed on, they keep going on and on. So whether they are true or not, they just keep repeating it. But you see what Wode Maya is doing here. This is a beautiful thing. He wants to know their mindset of the Himbas, and then he goes and visit the Himbas. And what this young lady is saying, this is totally true. This is totally true, where the way the Himbas live, the way they dress, even us, like in our African society, like over in Gambia, every year we used to have, I think it's probably still happens, they have a tribe in Niger. They call, we call them the Lorobos. They would come to Gambia and they carry medicines and stuff. And these people believe that they have magical powers. They believe that some people have even gone where they would shake hand with you and they would say they make your penis disappear. And people would pay them money, quote unquote, to return the penis back. So these are the type of stories that you hear. And in Africa, African society, people, still strongly believe in magic and superstition. But now, you look at what Wode Maya is doing. He's breaking, that ignorance that exists there, the darkness, where they think of this about the Himbas. But the Himbas look like very peaceful, happy people. Let's continue.
Parent tells you like something about that, or like even not like directly your mother, but your neighbors or like your friend's mother told them that, then they'll come tell you like, it's a no, my dear, quickly cross, this Himba guy is coming, and you're like, why are you scared? No, my dear, these people are gonna like juju your family, and so it's like just that we're like, oh, okay.
Wow. I'm not here to blame them, neither their parent, but colonization made so many Africans hate their own, and I believe it's time to unlearn, relearn, and embrace our own.
You guys heard what he said, right? Wise words, and you can tell it's coming from a deep place. He really means it. He's over there, carrying the babies and stuff. I would believe that the only time I would believe that UN truly believes that he's African, he cares about being an African, he's not ashamed of being an African. The day he goes and visit the Himba people, dress like the Himba and carry the babies. Because that would prove his Africanness, right? So let's continue.
I look fresh. I think so. Welcome to the Himba village, which is 40 kilometers away from Opo. I hope I'm mentioning it right. But hey, do you know the meaning of Opo? Opo means the end, from the Hero language. I mean, the people of Himba.
Wode Maya is doing good telling us the names. But now, think about this Opo, right? Right now, even I assure you, some Hotep have watched this video. They've already colonized this word. They are going to give it a different meaning. A different historical meaning. The meaning they would give it, they wouldn't pronounce it right, and the meaning they would give it would be completely different. They would even start naming their children Opo or something. Hey, what does that mean? It means the white man's slayer. It's from our ancestors over there in, when they took us from the Himba land. All of a sudden, they would be related to the Himbas. Watch.
Definitely Hiroro, so that's the language that they speak. We drove like 750 kilometers away from Windhoek just to get here. I mean, most of you will be wondering, Maya, why are you doing this kind of videos? I want to tell you that it's time for Africans to take control of their own narratives. It's time.
He's right about that. Yeah, I get it, Fang. You said you don't like Wode Maya. I mean, that's okay. Not everyone is going to like everybody. Some people base it on the person or, the work the person is doing. But St. James, you're right. In the West is over-sexualized. Very over-sexualized. So this is why the first thinking goes to the sex. But this is not what the video is about.
For Africans to tell their own stories. You know, I've always wanted to take Africa to the world, but I want to show you the positive aspect of Africa that no one shows you. But I also realized that stories like this are missing. Anytime you see stories like this on social media, it's always told by Caucasians, people that don't look like us.
He's absolutely right. There is, like I said, there are tons of videos of the Himbas online. The Himbas have been on magazines, front covers. So, you know, the thing with, you know, I've noticed even in this internet age, it's not only Africans on the continent, but black people are behind time. They hear things, they get excited about it as if this is just a new thing. No, this, like, everyone knows about this. You're the one who is just starting to know about this. So if you guys are seeing the Himbas, right? How they are living their lives. So some people have gone into this man's comment sections and started telling him about how wrong he is. He's exploiting these people. So that's their Western colonized mindset speaking. The savior complex started kicking in. Mind you, these people that think they can save the Himbas, right? They'll tell you, oh, I'm educated, I've been to college, but they cannot build one single thing. They cannot grow food. They cannot raise animals. The white people have to provide everything for them, even where they work. But now those same people are speaking about a group of people who don't need anyone to do anything for them. They raise their own animals. They build their own houses. They control their own environment. So who are you to think that these people need your help? So you have to ask yourself, what is it about these people and their way of thinking? You know, looking at every African, like African people as, you know, victims or below them. Because you see, when you start looking at somebody as, oh, I'm the one here to save them, now you're seeing yourself as superior to these people. So the Himbas don't care about how you feel about their culture. You know, they don't even know. But you can see they're friendly people. But you are using your own way of thinking, your own perverted way of thinking, like, oh, these people, because what they're trying to say, these uncivilized Africans should put on clothes. We should Christianize their mindset. Oh, you know, Wode Maya, you're doing this. People might just fly in and, you know, this, you know, Muzungus, white people can start flying in to go and sexually, you know, abuse these people. Really? Are you serious right now? But that's the thinking. But there is a hidden factor there too. When we get to the Negropeans video, you guys will see his true idea about Africans, his true feeling would come in the way he spins and start attacking this man's, you know, the way he looks. They're not going to say anything about the Himbas because they are feeling like, oh, these are just poor, destitute Africans. If we say anything about these people, oh, everyone would come after us. But we're going to pretend like we are speaking on behalf of the Himbas. These are just poor people that we are trying to help, but Wode Maya is here to, you know, show them to the predators of the world. But white people have already made tons of videos. You know, some popular vloggers like Drubrinsky, he has been to the Himba land. You know, there's another guy he does Food Network. These guys, they have millions of followers. They've gone to Himba land. So what are these people talking about?
I feel like these are our own people, and we just have to come in here and live just like them, know the way they live their own life. That is why it's very, very important. And I'm not here to tell their story for them. They are going to tell their own story. I'm just here to learn. I'm just here to educate myself, and I will use my platform to educate you. So this is what I want you to do for me. Like the video. Very, very important. And don't forget to share, because this video is gonna be very entertaining, informative, and also educative.
Internet family, you are absolutely right. They want to see Africans acting like Eddie Murphy coming to America, and movies, their perception of Africans is what they see on movies. Do you know, even today, how many people I see that, you know, their idea of African, I can jiggy with this shit. This was in movies since in the 90s. They are still doing that. Even some of you've seen the Friday series, Barbershop. These are movies made by Ice Cube. This Ice Cube is some of you Africans' favorite rapper. But look at even Ice Cube's idea of an African, the role he put the African in. Go look at it where Michael Blackson, the role he's playing is an African grabbing a CD, chewing on it. You go to his Barbershop series, the African there is employed as the sweeper, the person that sweeps, you know, their barbershops. You look at Coming to America. Look at the role that Africans are playing. These are movies that I'm telling you where it's written by Black Americans independently. But now, you look at, they would complain to white people who are even depicting actual things. They're like, oh, they're tarnishing our image. They're representing us, right? In a bad manner. So this is why Africans, I say, open your eye and look at it and see the hypocrisy. You should never associate yourself to a hypocrite. It's very dangerous. It's very dangerous. Take heed to what I'm saying. Hypocrites are dangerous. Look at when they are given the pen to write. Look at how they cast Africans.
Wode Maya. Wode Maya. Nduga. Nduga. Wake up.
Already?
Yeah, it's the morning time now. Yeah, very, very early. It's almost 6 now.
Oh, wow.
Mind your head, please.
Oh, sorry. And where do we go?
Want to be Himba? Going here. Outside at the fire.
Whoa.
It's my head. Sorry, on the way.
Yo, it's so cold, man.
Where are you going?
It feels so warm here, man.
Oh.
I must wake up at this time?
Take a blanket there.
Blanket?
Yeah, take a blanket. Wait, take a blanket. Take a blanket.
That's hot.
Yeah, take a blanket. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Hey. Feels okay now, yeah? Okay. Moro. Moro. Okay.
Oh, cool. Yes, we are going to sit there at the holy place, and then we can talk stories. So everybody will be coming here. All the men will be coming. They will join us at the holy place.
Okay.
Even the boys, they will join us at the holy place. So we can sit here. We can sit here.
Okay.
This little one.
Hey, Moro.
Moro.
Ah,
Me, I'm going.
Moro. Oh.
Isn't this a beautiful documentary? If you look at it, you know, back in the days, even now, to see, you know, a documentary like this would be presented to you, brought to you by a European. But now Wode Maya went and he's doing this. He's living like the people there, you know, I mean, just even for the day that he's there, so that you have an idea of what it's like living amongst these people. But why do these people that claim to love Africa and African culture be so offended by what they are seeing? Is it because they have a deep-seated, inherent disdain for Africans? But let's find out.
He's so close to the fire.
He's going to move when the fire starts light up.
Wow.
Yeah. So in most cases here, it's only for men.
Oh.
Women, they don't sit on this stone.
So what do women sit on?
This holy place. They only sit there around the men.
Oh.
So in men here, they have to share stories.
Oh, okay.
About what happened, what are we going to do. So most of the stories we keep it very secret from women because we believe that women do not have secrets. Because they share too much.
They share. They gossip a lot.
Yeah, they gossip a lot.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, maybe we need to go to the place. We need to move from here to move all our animals from here to another village.
Oh.
Yeah, but then we have got like temporary 2 villages. We have got a permanent one and we have got a temporary one. So a permanent one is like this one.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a permanent one. But a temporary village, we only go there because of the grazing. Yeah.
So you rear cattle in here?
Yeah, when we have cattle and goats, either any type of animals you are farming with, but especially the goats, and then we move them to that temporary village. And when we have to move them, women are not always friendly with that. They always complain about moving. They don't like to move because they always stay here with the children and things. But when you decide that I'm going to take this and this, so you must keep it secret from them because you don't negotiate with them. You only tell them that we need some girls, and maybe can be who Kangadona can like that, and then they can make it.
So you see the way that he is talking. In most Western feminists and men even that have feminine minds would have a problem with that. They're not even gonna understand that this is these people's culture. You see? Like, they don't care how us and you or wherever people, think about them.
Choice, if they are 5 or 6, they can make their own choice to move to go, which one will go to the temporary village.
Wow.
So, and then you always, when you move to that temporary village, you always don't want them to split the news. That's why you keep it secret. Because when their boyfriends come in the night, or friends come in the night, they will tell, because they talk. Women, they talk, and then they will say, no, We heard that our father is going to move to a temporary village, to that area, maybe to Ochinungwa temporary village. And if you mention Ochinungwa, then before you move, then the other homestead or the other village will move before you. So, and then their animals is going to finish the whole vegetation. So it's always good as a good farmer to be the first one in
together.
Yeah, and then you discover all the vegetations and then they eat.
So if you look at it, they have their own system that is working. They don't need no college to tell them how to live their life, no employer. And this is how, so many other cultures live their lives. But if you, in the Western world, they cannot imagine that these people can do things for themselves, because they think everyone should wear bling bling, have a cell phone, skyscrapers, running around. If they don't have that, oh, they are poor. These people are not poor. They have everything they need. You see, there's difference between needs and wants. This is why in the West, the Western mind is greed, the love of money is what drives these people to where you are seeing all this scamming, all this fake begging, collecting donations, people doing whatever it takes for $1. So they cannot imagine this society, these people are there existing, just doing their own thing. They cannot believe it's possible for them to be happy without these things. But as you can see, they are living their lives. And that's what Wode Maya is showing. Nothing to be, what's offensive about it? What's there for you to be ashamed of about it? You're not from there. Let's continue.
I guess this is for the animals.
Yeah,
You're doing this for the animals.
Yeah, we do that for the animals. Yeah.
Do you guys worship animals?
No.
Are they so important to you people?
Yeah, animals are important that we use them during our ceremonies.
You don't sell them?
We do now, like in nowadays. But mostly our animals are important not to sell, but to do a lot of our ceremonial activities, like weddings, like different age of the children, the boys, the girls. The boys mostly they go through circumcision, so we slaughter animals. The girls they go through different stages when they are for the first period, for their first time when they are on period. You slaughter animals. When they have to change different hairstyles, we slaughter animals.
What if your son is getting married?
Yeah.
Do women in here need animals or cattle as dowry or something?
Yeah, we need 3 cattle and 2 sheep.
So you see, like the dowry system, how these people are talking about. Like in America, this is like a butt of a joke. Well, yeah, in Africa I can just give 3 goats. So they make fun of it. So again, is their interpretation of whatever value they put on these cultures. They don't understand that these people do not need anyone's approval. Plain and simple.
Boy has to get married.
Is there any lady in here who is willing to get married? He's laughing because he knows that I'm shooting my shot. Because you know, like 2 cattle, 2 sheep is not expensive.
Yeah.
So definitely I can get a wife here.
Yeah. No, there are a lot. There are a lot single women. I don't know. Maybe you have to talk nicely with them. Yeah, it depends.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful sound. I miss the rooster crow in the morning. That's how I used to wake up too. I mean, we didn't have lots of goats like that. I don't think we had goats, except during we usually would buy goat or sheep for Tobaski for the feast, celebrating the Muslim holiday. So same thing here. I mean, I'm not saying they are Muslims, but I'm just saying they use it for festivals, just like he said.
As the rooster crows, everyone gets ready to start their daily morning routine. Also, the men sit and wait as the women prepare our bathroom ready for shower. I mean, shower without water. Can you believe that? It only happens here in the Himba village.
So if you look at it, right, even in the Wakandan movie, they have some depiction of the Himbas. You see, like the braids, and even some of the people, go watch it, you'll see it. They added the Himbas to it.
Everything off?
Yeah.
Oh my God!
One change. Oh no, but
So hot, man.
huh?
Yeah. I got this one first.
Yeah, you can. That one. Yes.
As the saying goes, when you go to Rome, you do what Romans do. So since I found myself in the Himba village, I need to dress and look like them. And this is what is happening right now before I take my shower with them.
Onwe baja, arigana baja.
The Himbas don't wear pants under their costumes, so I had to remove my boxer short, which was a funny moment. Guys, see, yeah. It's gonna be a good day.
See, these same people, if a white person depicts the same thing and they do the same thing just like the Himba, they would pretend to be offended. Seriously. So let's watch.
So everybody is coming here now for shower.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Shower together.
Shower together.
Oh, wow.
All of us. This is okra here. And okra is this red stone. It's digged out of the ground and it's coming in the form of this, it's a stone. And then it's not a very hard rock. It's a very soft one. And then we crush it between stones and to make powder. Yeah. And this powder is the one we wash with.
You wash like
Yeah,
how?
we take bath. And to us to take bath means to paint ourselves with okra.
You don't use water to.
We don't use water.
This is
This is our material.
Can I, because I've not showered since morning.
Yeah.
You know, you can see my skin. I've not showered, so I really
Yeah.
want to shower, man.
Now you are going to shower.
Yeah.
We are all going to shower. All the men are going to shower now.
Oh, okay.
It's going to be a shower time now.
All right.
Yeah.
Good.
So they are going to prepare it. All the ladies, they are coming here for shower as well.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
And what are they sitting on?
They are sitting on the cow, on the goat skin.
Goat skin.
Yeah, on the goat skins, yeah.
Must it always be goat skin?
Yeah, sheep, cow skin as well. Yeah. Wait 1 second. Wode Maya, you don't sit on that skin, on the backside skin. You don't sit. Yeah, you have to do it like, when you're sitting, you have to do it like this.
Put it out.
Yeah, like, look.
So clearly, those who think every culture, every black people are the same across the board, this video is proving you wrong, right? Wode Maya needs a translator. He knows nothing about this culture. So let's stop pretending. Let's just accept things for what they are. Let's live in reality. That's the best way to learn. But if we're pretending like we know, we want to give things our own connotations, our own opinions, it's not going to get people anywhere. But people that are full with drama, they would keep it going, plain and simple.
Look at me.
This one?
Yeah.
And then put your real ass down. Oh,
You see?
okay.
You see? We sit like this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah, and
say
this,
that you have to
and this one you have to cover the front.
okay.
Yeah.
And then this one touch the
Yeah.
okay.
This is oil. This is butter.
Butter.
Yeah.
I want to touch my skin with butter.
Yeah.
Feel free. Where do you start from? Hey! I'm not wearing anything, man.
Yeah. Maganga uti heavy.
That's a woman's hand, This is so good, man.
Yeah.
I want to do this every morning.
Mago, mago kwa hivi yo mhoga we.
So, like when your average Westerner, this is their idea of what Africa is, or the whole of Africa. But again, they look at the environment as inferior. So, what are you comparing it to? That's, like, why even compare? You live in your world, they are living in their world. There's no need to try to paint things as what they are not. So far, ladies and gentlemen, you can see the video is about their way of life. It's not about sex, right? You can clearly see that. But let's continue. Maybe the unapologetic Negropean might end up being correct or not. Let's find out. I don't want to give my own little opinion because I know no one cares about my opinion. So I'll just leave that to you people.
I really want to know who are the people of Himba.
So these people, the Himba group or the Himba tribe.
Ashley Owens said, "Wode Maya doing it for the views? We know this." Oh, so you're going to make videos, but you're not doing it for the views? You don't want people to see it? Ashley, people make videos so people can see it. That's why you are here watching me right now. If nobody's going to watch your video, why make it? It doesn't make sense. That's another tactic to try to shame people to say, oh, they're doing it for the views. Of course. You're not doing it so no one watches it.
It's a nomadic group. So they live from their animals. Their animals are the only source of living. So they have no much influence, or they had no influence of modernizations.
Wow. Where did they migrate from?
They migrate from southern west of Angola.
When they came in here, who are the people that were present in here?
They were Bushmen, which are San people.
The Bushmen left and gave them the land?
They leave a place because of the pressure. As they hunted the cows of the Himba people, and the Himba, they were so mad at the Bushmen because they were killing cows. So they had a little bit of fight. Then Bushmen, they were a bit defeated. They moved in the southern and eastern part of the country.
So you guys heard that, right? So the Himbas, had to defend their territory. They conquered it against the Bushmen, just as the guy said. So the Himbas are not so weak, as you trying to project it to be. They won that territory.
And the Himbas settled.
They remain, they settle.
The over Himba are polygamous with an average of 2 wives at the same time. But the oldest man in this village has only 1 wife. Oh, Moro, can I shake your hand?
Yeah.
Can I please ask you how old you are?
Magu miango kujoa unaombra ngapi? Majongo zetu wangu. Zapo isapongo. He said, oh, so many years.
So many years. He doesn't know the exact number.
He doesn't know. Kono kujoa umbra yanga beauty. My years is 1,000.
What? and he's married, right?
Waguba. Yes, I'm married.
Many?
I'm married.
How many?
One wife.
Is polygamy allowed in here?
Mago gugupa gandu kombanda umwe kuyanjerwa. Yes, it's allowed.
What?
Even 3.
3? Why you didn't marry 3?
Ongoja akupere tatu.
What did he say?
The other one he say is unwanted.
Unwanted. He's unwanted. That's so funny. The people of Himba also practice early marriages.
Like if you want a wife, you see this one, you can marry her. You see, and then you go through the ceremonial activity, and then you have to wait. You must be patient to wait. But then if you marry her when she's like that, then the only last fight you have to do now is that you must win her. So as we don't do anything with H's, but we do things with stages. So by her age, then this is a time as a husband, you go there, and then you have a chat. So she get to know you that I was married by this guy.
And this is the one.
So you guys heard the explanation, but some people are going to try to twist that and say, oh, these people, they marry the child and they would turn that to say sex happens. But it's just a symbolism to say this is this person's wife. And that's not only amongst the Himbas. Even in Gambia, some of the tribes, they do this until when the child is of age. If you guys remember, I had that discussion with my guest yesterday, African Caribbean Diaspora Talks, something like that. So, but, in the society that we interact in, that would sound so crazy to us, so.
That shocked me the most. We read on the internet, like, if you're a visitor and come and visit the Himba village, they have to give you a virgin, like especially, welcome. A virgin has to welcome you into the community. Is that true?
Okay, first at the beginning I haven't understood it very well, but it happened. It's not a virgin. If you come as a visitor and you are my friend, you got no place to sleep. And I have got married to 3 wives or 2 wives or maybe 1. So I can tell my wife that that's my brother or my cousin. Tonight, go prepare a blanket for her, for him.
Just a blanket?
It happened. No. I mean, in a house.
I don't understand.
How can I say it? Can I go?
Go raw, bro. Go raw. No. Listen, like I read it and I couldn't believe it. That's why I want you to say it for me. You can't believe everything that you see on the internet, right? So that's why I want to know. Okay, let me go raw. What we read was when you come in here, if you come to the Himba village, like as you just explained, a man can give the wife to a friend, my brother. Okay, take care of him sexually. Is that true?
Yes.
Did you guys hear that? So Wode Maya is asking the questions. Is asking the questions. So let's see how this eventually gets spin.
Man, but that's your wife. That's for you alone, man.
That's your wife. Himba culture is so different. Because this is make the lady not to start cheating,
I want to know what really influenced the way of life of the people of Himba. Because when I came in here, I'm not seeing men wearing shirts, and I'm not seeing even the women not wearing bra. Everything is exposed. What really influenced that?
Yeah, actually, us as nomadic people, our main source, as I said, is animals.
Okay.
We get everything from animals. We wear skin from animals. We get milk from animals.
Whoa.
We get food from animals. We get butter from animals. So animals is the whole source of our living. Yes.
So even the clothes that everyone is wearing is from an animal.
Did you guys hear that? Nowhere along where they say we get charity or anything that we are remotely familiar with, they supply themselves with everything they need on their own. So they don't need us or the so-called, white saviors in black body. They don't need them.
Yeah. Yeah, so this...
They're building a new house?
Yeah, they are building, actually they are constructing a new roof.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what are the materials that you use for building?
The material we use for building is, this is actually mopane branches.
Okay.
And then after that, they put on the cow dung.
On it?
Yeah, on this, on the roof.
Okay.
Yeah, they will put the cow dung. On the whole house, they will put cow dung. And then, and this is what they have.
Added clay.
Yeah. And this is a material.
This looks like clay mixed with cow dung.
Yeah, actually, yeah. They
mix the clay with cow dung.
With cow dung, yes. Yeah.
So you've been living in a house. So that's why you said your whole life is around animal.
It's around
even your house is built with cow dung.
Yeah, with cow.
Nothing go waste in the Himba village. So what is he doing?
So what he's doing now, he's cutting those branches.
Okay.
So those branches, we use it as plates for meat.
Plates for meat?
Yeah, those are our plate. We eat, even men, sometimes they sit on those branches and then they eat meat.
Wow.
Yeah, so that it cannot get the soil, We don't have plates.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's unique.
Yeah. And our meat is being served in big pieces as well, and it's being cooked in big pieces as well. Yeah.
Why are we doing this?
So where we're doing this is a holy place.
Okay.
Where we're communicating with our ancestral.
Okay.
So it is always important that you put fresh leaves, fresh branch of fresh leaves to show life.
So anytime you slaughter a goat,
yeah, a goat or a cattle or a sheep,
you have to put a fresh branch.
So, see, these people, the way they are talking, you know, it's explaining their way of living. But the people that are criticizing it, they are objective to what they are seeing, but they just want to pass it through as if Wode Maya is the evil person, you know, trying to exploit these people.
So if I can count,
you
guys have been slaughtered 1, 2, 3. Okay, my own is 4. What?
This is gonna be lunch. Because they will cook it for the almost like for 3 hours. It will be prepared nice, cooked, Himba way.
Wow.
Yeah. They're going to prepare it the Himba way. We don't put salt, we don't do anything, we only cook until the meat is well nice cooked.
You don't put salt?
We don't put salt.
Do you put pepper?
We don't put pepper.
What do you put then?
Nothing, water only.
Only water?
Yes. Just watch.
While the food is on fire and getting ready to be served, they all come together to play. And this kind of game deserves a lot of energy.
Hey, what do I stand, man?
Yeah, so imagine these guys that are pretending like they can just go there and take advantage of the Himbas. Imagine they go there and see this warrior display. Just think about that, how they will be shaking in their boots. But you're supposed to be an almighty savior of these people. You see them, they have their spears. You try something and see what's going to happen. But then again, they speak as if these people are not, part of a country, like they are not citizens of Namibia. Yeah, the people in the city or the government, they're just gonna allow a stranger to fly in and come do whatever to their citizens. Think about that. As you can see, these are not helpless people, okay? But people can have their own fantasy. And when they express those fantasies, others should step in and point out that, hey, wait a minute now. That's your thinking. But that's not true. Let's hear more.
Maya,
Yeah.
this is our table, man.
The table.
So the food is on the table, Himba table. So now you have to take your plate. We sit over there and then we eat, okay?
Wow. The same table they used to slaughter the goats.
It's a table. You see, it's just to protect the things from dusty, you know. That's the important of that. Okay.
Can we get water to wash our hands, man?
Yeah, water is here. Water is here. Wash.
No, but I wash my hand. Is the red that is coming out? Okay. Oh my goodness.
You see the okra is not.
It's still on my hand.
Okra is healthy, man.
It's healthy. Are you
Yeah.
sure about that?
Yeah.
Then why do I have to wash my hands then?
No, it's just to take off the dusty bit, yeah.
Okay.
But okra itself is healthy. You see when children are sick, they're babies. We put okra in water, we let them drink, and then they're okay in their stomach. So okra
So this was cooked just with water?
yeah, with water only.
Water only?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
And this is pap, eh?
yeah, that is part.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna taste it. I'm gonna tell you guys how it tastes like.
Yeah. No, just have a bite. Sure, come on.
No pepper, bro. No salt. Okay. This is a new thing. You just have to get used to it, man.
Yeah. And that is healthy, man. Pepper make you sick, and those.
No. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, they make you sick. But this one, original cooked one, it doesn't make you sick, you know. Men on their own, man.
And how often do they eat this food?
How often? Oh, every day. Every day.
So this is like a daily meal for the people of Himba.
Yeah.
Amazing. Man.
Every day.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, they don't use any seasoning. So that they can stay healthy. And they're living their life just fine. So those that are having the perverted way of thinking that they can go over there to be friends with the Himba, they don't need your chips or all that. You would eat the food with no seasoning. And you know, that alone would deter them. You've seen some who were crying about the snacks they've missed in America. That's just an example. Much more going to the Himba land.
So where are we now?
So we are here at Omungunda Cave.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's it about?
It's about singing and dancing. That's all. That's where the name is coming from. Because of the bass that reflect down from the ground when people are singing and dancing. So the dancing make the sound. And the clapping of the hands and the sound make the echo. So that's what we call the whole combination, we call it Omungunda. Omungunda,
How long has
yes.
the cave been in existence?
Oh, more than 400 years ago, because we do have paintings of the Bushmen as well.
Who existed here before?
Yes,
Before the Himba people came?
yes,
then-
yes. And the paintings existing more than 400 years ago. Most of the rock arts and painting.
You guys hear that? These people they continue to preserve their own history from starting 400 years ago. They are not colonized. But now colonized people think they can colonize the non-colonized people. Interesting.
They exist for those years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You're dancing here?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have to join the dance.
Woo!
I need to watch that.
Yeah. Hey, 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 hey. All right.
guys, you would hear black people talk about they have the best black culture in the world, right? They say they have the best black, they're the greatest culture. Do you think the Himbas learned these moves from the hip hoppers? Because you know some would claim that. Obviously, they have no TV. They don't see any of that. These people are having fun. You that's watching it, you are having fun just watching them. Because I am having a good time watching them.
So after the dance, all of them go back to their village. This is how it is in the Himba village. Yeah, I mean, this is such a beautiful experience. I'm so glad that I really experienced this. And all I want to tell each and every African out there, I mean, get to know your own people, get to know your own people's culture. And believe me, nothing is beautiful than African culture. I'm so glad I came to the Himba village. Say bye-bye to them. Bye-bye. Bye-bye!
So, ladies and gentlemen, you've seen that, right? Isn't that beautiful? Did you see anything offensive in that video? The video ended just, you know, happily. You would think someone would say, oh, what a great educational video. Not only educational, but entertaining. You would think that's what people would say. Many people liked it, but let's find out how the unapologetic Negropean feels about this. Because he's saying that, oh, people are, it's other people saying this, but we heard it from him. So we would analyze his video. So I don't want to keep you waiting. Let's hear what the unapologetic Negropean has to say about this Himba documentary. Because he titled it as Wode Maya in Hot Water over Himba tribe exposed. So let's hear this.
Hello, guys. Hello. Thank you for coming. I have changed the time of the live, so I'm not expecting a lot of people to be here tonight. But for those people who are here now, thank you very much. Thank you for joining me. Hello, welcome to another day in paradise, and welcome to another edition of the Unapologetic Negropean. In today's live video, we are going to discuss Wode Maya's new video and the backlash that he's receiving from.
He's saying Wode Maya is receiving backlash. I watched the video. I went to the comment section. Doesn't sound like a backlash to me. But let's continue.
Both continentals and diasporans alike for somewhat being rather cavalier with some of the secrets. We shouldn't even call these secrets, really. They're not exactly a secretive society of people, right? The Himba tribe. We're talking about the Himba tribe here. A lot of people know.
Watch his eye movements, right? See, when somebody's about to start, fabricating, a story to try to skew people's thinking because he wants people to be offended by this. But mind you, Wode Maya's video is a true depiction of the Himbas. They are living their lives. And he recorded, willingly. You see? So all this stuff secretive, because he's planting words in your head. He's trying to get you to think a certain way. And you would see that all throughout this video. Because it doesn't matter what video you put out there. There would be people who would come in your comment section and disagree with you. They would write whatever. But that doesn't mean you're getting a backlash. But even if you're getting a backlash, so what? You are on YouTube, you're putting out videos. You don't think some people are going to take offense to what you're putting out? Because the things you're saying, you're describing some people's way of life, some people's way of thinking. And they would be against it. But let's find out, what the Negropean is saying, if it's true or not. Because I showed you the entire video of Wode Maya so that you can see for yourself, compare and contrast. Because he could have just brought Wode Maya's video and analyze it and say, you know what, here is these people have a point or they don't have a point. So that people don't have to just rely on your word. You bring the video and analyze it. But here we go.
What they do and who they are, especially the people who live in South Africa and Namibia, right? So it's not a weird thing to hear these guys speak about, who they are as a people and what they do culturally. So we're going to speak about him, and we're going to speak about, hello, Miss Hislop, hello. And hello, Demetria. Hello, and Rose of Sharon. Hello, guys. So we are going to speak about why he's getting this backlash, whether it is justified, right? And what he should do about it. A lot of people are asking him to take.
So he's already setting your mind on how you should think. He's trying to make this claim that there is a backlash against Wode Maya. But now, let's establish why this backlash is there. And then, he makes himself the judge, jury, and executioner. Now he's saying, let's see how true this backlash is, if it's justified or not. And then I'll bring the solution. So he's put himself in all these positions for you. He said, no, don't worry. You don't have to do the thinking. You don't have to. I would do all that for you along the way. But here's what I want you to focus on. This right. Even though, there's more positive message comments than negative ones. But I want you to focus only on the negative ones. And those are the ones who are going to blow out of proportion. Because those are the reasonable people. Those are the people who truly, know what they are talking about. Let's hear more of the Negropean.
Video down. And we're also going
He wants him to take the video down.
to explain to you why. No, actually, Anna Mo, I am not picking on him. If you watch the video, you'll know that I'm actually in support of him. But that's not going to interest you, is it? You're going to go now?
We're going to find out if he is in support of it. Let's find out.
No, I'm joking. So, so we're going to explain why he's getting the backlash. So let's set this up first, right? First of all, I'm going to explain to you the reasons why I'm here on your screen at 1956 this evening. Okay, 1956 my time. Hello, Tanya. Hello. And the reason why I'm on early is because a little earlier I had planned to go to a big festival, like an African festival. Hello, Lenny. Hello.
So you guys know this, right? So the Negropean, he would take you for a ride. In the beginning, he would, give you some spill, because like he would say, oh, the evidence is coming. And how many times has he made shows like that? But he's just dragging the conversation. But he will get to the point where we are interested in, the part that we want to hear. We will get there. Just be patient. I'm being patient myself.
Nice to see you too. So I went to go to this big African festival. Apparently, I've never seen it before. I've never been to it before. I was supposed to go. I picked up my wife and the kid, jumped in the car, and we went to this African festival. And the African festival was, it was. I was walking towards the African festival. I didn't get a good feeling. Why? Because of the distinct lack of people of African heritage there. Not at the actual festival, but we were walking from the car to the festival. There wasn't many people. There were people, sorry, but there were barely any people that looked like me there. And if I'm going to one of these festivals, that's the reason why I'm going to go to one of these festivals.
You see, he obviously, he knew the makeup of this festival. It's not the first time he's been to this festival. But now you see, he's walking you, and then he's painting in your head that he didn't know. He was expecting all these African people, these Himbas there, they're going to be there, right? But then he became sad when he found out it was only non-Africans. But let's hear his conversation with these non-Africans. He's been going to these festivals for years. He knows who puts this up. He knows who the audience is. But let's keep going.
Yeah, so I went to the festival, looked inside, and saw no people that looked like me. And they wanted me to pay $40 entry. And I'm like, you okay? So my wife wanted to go and the kid wanted to go.
$40 entry to the African festival. Is the food going to be part of that? I mean, that's a bit pricey just to go into the African festival. And I'm guessing they're going to be having, booths set up, people selling, stuff, trinkets, food, because that's how it goes. I mean, over here is, in fact, it's free. It's free. So I don't get it. Let's keep going.
I was like, okay, fine. I was there with a friend as well. A couple of friends, we went together. So we went in and we went to the ticket office and I was like, okay.
And this is another hypocrisy that I talk about, because he is trying to tell us that he has so much problem seeing white people or being around white people. But, his wife is white. Not that I care about what color your wife looks like, but if you're constantly making it seem like white people are so evil, you don't want to be around white people, but your wife is white, it is hard for me to take whatever you're saying seriously. That's being a hypocrite. I can't take that serious. Because obviously he doesn't have issues being around white people. But ask yourself, why is this man talking this way? He's talking this way, but the way he lives his life is the opposite of that. So let's check it out.
was like, so you know, I thought this entry was five euros. Why is it 35 euros all of a sudden? She said, oh, there's a great African singer, like a world famous African.
If you notice, the Negropean, another thing he does a lot. He likes to come online and complain about, put doubts in your head about what people are charging for whatever service they are doing. It's a free market capitalist society. People can, charge any amount they want on whatever service or product they are selling. Now it's up to the buyer to buy it. But you don't just try to cast doubts. So he's saying he suggested another price to these people, but their price was already set. I would think, because boom, if they say African festival, I mean, for me, maybe I'm too meticulous, I don't know. Or wherever I want to go, boom, I would hit, the web to see, what this is all about, what the price is, or, what the atmosphere is going to be like. I mean, it doesn't have to necessarily be like exactly the way they narrate it, telling you, but they give you a general overview where you would be able to put two and two together. You see, to have an idea of what it would be like. But apparently all this is, coming out new to him when he got to the festival.
That's going to be performing tonight, and that's the reason why the price went up after a certain time. I was like, okay, fair enough. Who's this singer? I don't know the name. I don't remember the name. That's what the lady said. German lady, German-speaking lady with wearing an African headdress and African clothes.
So she's wearing a dashiki, just like the other hoteps we see. What is this thing about? You notice us, the real Africans, we are not dressing that way unless if it's like festivities. But for some reason, there are people running around trying to give you the impression that this is how, people are just, wearing that all of a sudden makes you an African. You can go even see on one of many George Floyd's funeral ceremony, these white people showed up, Nancy Pelosi and a couple of other black congressional people. And it's right there. You could go see. They put on the kente. I'm talking about kente scarves. People, it's laughable. I'll bring that picture and show you guys. And they took a knee with the kente scarf and the kente mask. Boom. So they are there repping, mind you. They are repping Africa now at that moment. So let's hear what, this German African, told, the other, German African.
In fact, in this stall where you're supposed to buy your tickets, all the people were just German ladies wearing all these African gear. And it just reinforced my feelings that this wasn't quite what I had planned out.
Oh, yeah. It's very shocking for me to go to a festival in Germany. And then I look around, the people that are selling it, people that are organizing this, and they are all German ladies. I would be very shocked, right? In Germany, German ladies selling the ticket. So, what is he trying to say? We will get there, but he's prepping you up for how he wants you to see this. He wants you to feel a certain way about Wode Maya's latest video. to create a controversy. He wants the people to go against it. But now, anyone that says they are against it, ask them, what's about the video that you are so much against? Because these people are living their way of life. They are proud of it. So what are you offended by? But he'll tell us.
And it to be. So I've asked the lady, okay. So, so it's $40. Where's this African singer from? She was like, excuse me? I was like, yeah, which country is this African singer from? Is he Nigerian? Is he Gambian? Where's he from? Oh, Africa?
So, how many Negropeans or Black Americans you would meet if they would say African and you ask them what country are you referring to? They cannot, and they would get mad and start saying, you all Africans with that African bullshit. No, dude, I'm from a certain place. It's just like, even here in America, you talking to somebody, even in the States, American people would ask each other, hey, where are you from? The person would say, oh, I'm from Louisiana. I'm from California. Oh, I'm from New York. You don't just say, oh, I'm just American. Nobody says that. Yes, we know America, but where in America? Where in America? But now, like I said, he's painting this picture that, oh, these white people are trying to hijack Africa, but they don't even know the name of the country. So he wants to let you know he's very well in tune with the African countries. He knows the names, and he even name dropped a few of them, just to let you know that he is out there educating the white women of Germany.
Oh.
Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Huh. Hold on. Give me a sec here. Can you guys hear me now? Oh, okay. Yeah, I think something happened to the sound. Let me see here. Let me see. Let's try this. Oh, I think that was the section he had issues with the internet. Let me fix that. Hold on. I'm going to move it forward. Huh. Can you guys hear it? Hey, I can't get the sound. I don't know if the Negropean did something, went in and did something to his video. Yeah, I don't know if he did something to his video, but here, hold on. Let me try something here real quick. Give me a second. Let me try this. Yeah, I think something is wrong. But oh shit, this is strange. But in the video, what the unapologetic Negropean is saying is, he said Wode Maya, based everything on sex. He said he was talking about sex. If you did not see the video here, you would have thought he was right. And he said some people were mad about this. But eventually he found out Wode Maya was in the chat room. He announced himself. Then the unapologetic Negropean, first he offered, people like, let him in. But I guess Wode Maya did not want to come on the platform and speak. And then the Negropean started going ballistic. I'm talking attacks. He said, he made it seem like this is other people saying this. He said, yeah, Wode Maya have lots of enemies. A lot of people don't like him. Maybe these people don't like Wode Maya because he's a short, pudgy, dark-skinned African. That's what the Negropean is saying, trying to make it seem like it's other people thinking that about Wode Maya. So when I started hearing he was taking those shots at Wode Maya, I said, okay, the Negropean is not trying to be objective here. The Negropean has a personal grievance against Wode Maya. Maybe he hates to see that Wode Maya is successful on the internet. So his thought of Africans that look like Wode Maya, they shouldn't achieve what this man is achieving. He talked about Wode Maya's girlfriend. And you guys know, some of you have said, there are a few YouTubers that talked about the Negropean's wife. You see, African Diaspora, you're very correct. He caricatured him. He created a caricature of Wode Maya in the mind of, Negropeans like him. Because there was no reason for him to do that. And then Another seed that he planted. Listen to these people. Another seed he planted, he goes like, okay, oh, did Wode Maya spend the night with the Himba woman? Because you know how they said over the night, you know, if you're a stranger in the village, you know, in their village, polygamy is acceptable. Or, you know, they would give you the woman to keep you company, you know, while you stay in there overnight. This is their culture. Fine. But now, the Negropean, you notice, he used that to try to plant the seed in your head that, okay, he wants you to start thinking, oh, maybe Wode Maya spent the night with a Himba woman, and now he wants you to start thinking, did Wode Maya have sex with the Himba woman? Because he said, oh, Miss Trudy wouldn't be happy about that. And then he's like, yeah, but I don't think he will do that. But now, the seed has already been planted in the minds of people that have corrupt thinking like him. So now those people think about how the message would start changing as they go. Pretty soon you would hear some of them say that, you know, change what he said to Wode Maya actually did have sex with a Himba. Ask yourself, why do these people like doing this to Africans? I mean, AKA, I would say the unapologetic Negropean. Because this week he's actually on a roll. He's hit a few people. But you notice his description of the Africans he goes after. You know, he tries to attack their looks, or he tries to insinuate something about their intelligence. Go listen to what he said about Rene Marcos. So, fine, you want to set up your own company just like her, great. Or if it's similar, you know, that's good. You guys there can be competition. But you don't compete with your opponents by tarnishing their image. You do the work and prove that your services are far better and far superior to Renee's service. But to downplay what she's doing and saying, oh, she speaks the English language well, but she doesn't write it well. You're able to read what she's writing. You're able to read it correctly. So what seems to be the problem here? So this is what I want you to take note of. It's one thing to expose, you know, people taking advantage of other people. But it's another to try to paint situations in a way that they are not. So what problem does the unapologetic Negropean have with seeing the Himba culture? In fact, I was in his comment section. I pointed this out to him. I pointed out that, you know, he's using Eurocentric viewpoint, you know, while judging these people, the Himba people. He put himself in the position of who gets to decide. But when you see the nudity, you're the one that started thinking about, you know, sexual fantasies. Wode Maya wasn't talking about he's looking for sex. But this is the thinking. Let me try to see if I can play this video again. That is so disappointing. We were on a roll here. Let me try one more time. Okay. Let's see if this works now. Nah, this is not working. Man, I don't know what happened. What happened? did the unapologetic Negropean do something to his video that made it some? I don't know. It's fine. But either way, you know, especially this message, like, if you look at it, the diaspora people too, there are many who they might look at this as entertainment or thinking, oh yeah, we should hate Wode Maya. What he's doing is exposing, you know, the Himba people. You know, I know deep down, your idea is about the nudity you're seeing. But the Himba people are just fine with who they are. There's nothing sexual about it. You see them, they are living amongst each other with no problem. So you shouldn't have a problem with that. If you don't like it, you don't have to watch the video. But to try to hide behind, you know, something else to say, oh, it's because of Wode Maya. Now that the Muzungus know about this. Namibia have Muzungus who are in fact citizens. The Germans colonized, you know, Namibia. I don't know if these people know this. So what's there to worry about? There's absolutely nothing to worry about. But it's a fake campaign against Wode Maya. You guys remember, this is why I say, you know, the heart, that's where everything comes from. Salvation is of the heart. As a man think, so shall he do. Because this is why for me, when someone is like, oh, Afridamos, I like you, blah, 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 I just take it with a grain of salt. You know, because my thing is, people cannot give what they don't have. You cannot talk about love when you don't even have love for yourself, you know, for the people around you. How can you give it to complete strangers? That's like people that say they love God. I love God so much. I'm a good Christian. I'm a good Muslim. I'm good this. I'm good that. Let me tell you something. No man is good. No woman is good. Okay? So just say all is well. Because yeah, you're good today. Oh, you're good this hour. What about the next hour? So this is why angry people, you cannot trust angry, jealous people. Because if you truly have love, it would be the same all the time. Even if I tell you the truth, you would understand it's all in love. You're not all of a sudden going to say, oh, you know what? Afridamos spoke against me. So therefore, you know, oh, this topic Afridamos is saying, you know, he's attacking me directly. He's talking about me directly. This is how most people receive this. Even you look at yesterday's video in the comment section, some of the people are saying things that don't make sense. Oh, Afridamos hate black people. Afridamos this. The same thing. I'm showing what is happening. I'm showing what is happening. So if you are not that way, why are you so offended by it? I can see if this is not happening and I just go and put a skit together, write some movie and say I'm depicting certain individuals this way. If I talk about black Americans, some wretched black people would get offended. If I talk about, you know, Nigerian person, a Nigerian person gets offended. You know, it's like you cannot satisfy anyone. So Wode Maya, my message to him is, he doesn't have to worry about the people that hate him. The hate is not for him. That's how they even feel about themselves. Trust me. That's how they feel about themselves. Because you know this, right? 1 minute they are with you, but another minute the moment, because they are prying, they are looking for things that they would be offended by, things that, they want other people to be offended by. They want to point those out. And then the same groups of people that used to say, oh, Wode Maya, we love you, Wode Maya, we love you. But now they see a video, they don't understand the culture about it. But because they live in this warped, fake reality, they think this is how the world really works. They think this is how everybody really thinks. So they come out, they say, oh, you see? Oh, Wode Maya is exploiting these poor, destitute Africans. He's exploiting his own people. He's doing it for views. Oh, no. No. Okay, yeah. Wode Maya is going to fly all the way to Namibia and then go to the Himba people's land, travel all that way to make these videos, take the time to edit it, put it online, and not expect views for it. But you have to ask yourself, why are these people, they keep saying, you're doing it for the views. You're doing it for the views. What does that tell you about their mindset? Because their mindset is warped, is dirty. They are letting you know that when they come out to give you materials on camera, they are bringing you nothing good. Plain and simple. They cannot believe that somebody can sit here and be honest and show what is honest. But the apologetic Negropean, the way he spoke about Wode Maya, Wode Maya could use, could lose a few pounds. This is true. He could lose a few pounds. But why attach that to? Because he's African, blah, blah, blah. Because that's the caricature he's painting for you. You guys remember the 90s videos, Save Africa, with the pot-belly African kids with the big head? Yeah, that's what he's painting for you. But prior to that, he's giving you his pro-black credentials. How he went to the quote-unquote African festival in Germany, but he's so shocked not to see Africans. And he was also very shocked to see that German women are selling stuff in Germany in an African festival. I was very shocked too. I was shocked Germans are selling things in their own land. But there are a lot of people who don't think for themselves. Just like he prepped the people in the beginning of the video. Leave the thinking to me. Let me tell you about everything. That's what he's trying to get you to do. So, Africans, you have to push back on this. People, I'm going to stop here. We've hit 2 hours. I didn't even want to go too long. But I say, let me drop this video. I will be coming back for round 2. I'll be back for round 2. We'll be talking about the shenanigans that's continuing in the Gambia, and around here in the diaspora. Yes, I know most of you are saying the YouTube streets are messy. They're dragging. This is what I want you to know. Yes, I get it. Some say, oh, on YouTube it's not real, whatever. But let me tell you something. On YouTube here, these people you're talking to, they live in the real world too. And we do a lot of things, businesses online today. So these things, they're going to stick around. So in real physical world, we've seen people come out here saying, oh, somebody called me African booty scratcher. Some people are doing it online. Oh, they say punch-belly, dark-skinned African. Yesterday we heard the Negropean express that sentiment too. So you tell me, shouldn't African come out and counter this narrative that has been spewed out there, so that you, African, can have dignity in yourself and understand that you shouldn't allow people to speak for you. Plain and simple. So, this is why I'm here to bring you the news, you know, what is hot and what is not. And by the way, I'm not, Audrey, you said, Afridamos, why don't you go make a video about the Gambian lady whose son killed her because she asked him to get a job. I already did a video about it. See, this is the thing. When people don't watch the video based on the title because they think, oh, what Afridamos is about to say is going to offend me. If you're offended by what people say, you would never receive information. In fact, I did do the news on that, but you're the one that missed out on it. So let me see here. Ladies and gentlemen, this will bring us to the end of today's beautiful show. I hope you enjoyed this, and we're going to have another good time in the next hour.